You're listening to Until They Sleep, a podcast where two parents finally get to sit down and discuss all the different things that run through their heads every day because their four kids are finally asleep. Thanks for listening.
Welcome into They Sleep. This is my mom and my dad.
Hi, welcome back to Until They Sleep. We are joined today by our 23-year-old. She is in town visiting for a minute. Would you like to say hi?
Hello.
Somebody just turned shy all of a sudden.
Yeah.
She takes a while to warm up to people.
Well, Mom's getting it worked up by serving everybody a little bit of wine. See if
Y'all
they
should
loosen
have
up.
told me you were going to be recording this late. You know how many drinks in I am? That's not even funny. I was ready to sleep. So the palomas that we had, I made my first one with 2 shots.
Oh, my goodness.
My second one with a shot and a half. My third one with a shot. And then I just took a shot because I saw y'all were setting up the recording. And then now I have this wine. So I think I'll be okay.
To sleep.
So you should be
You'll be
relaxed
ready
by
to
now.
Yeah.
sleep.
I'll be
Alright,
ready for
that
both.
works. There you go. So, you just came into town and tell us about your stay so far. What have you been up to?
Oh, my goodness. So I came in from Florida. My boyfriend and I drove from Thursday morning, and we got there Saturday midnight going into Sunday. So it took us that long. We were taking turns, like half and half each day. First day brought us to the middle of Texas. Second day brought us to the end of Texas. Third day brought us to San Diego.
It's a huge state.
Yeah, I told him, I could have kept going, another hour and we would have been out of Texas. But he's like, no, I want to stop. I'm tired.
No.
No, we were both tired. I should have stopped.
Yeah, it gets tiring.
It's
Yeah.
Right,
tiring.
on drives get
We've
really
done
tiring.
a
Yeah, like
19-hour drive, and
Yeah.
that was crazy.
The most I've done in a day, by myself, was, I think, 15 hours. And that was from Virginia to Florida in a day. And that's when I had COVID and a UTI. 0 out of 10 would not do it again. Don't recommend. In one day? Yeah, no.
Yeah. All right. So, welcome. It's nice to see you. Everybody's excited to have you around. As you can see, you're being annoyed by everyone.
It's not annoying, though. I get a little bit of sensory overload, but I'm not annoyed. I enjoy it. I enjoy
After
the
being
love.
alone for so long.
Yeah, it sucks. 3.5 months in a barracks room by myself. I socialize maybe once a week outside of my classes. And my classes were from 2 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. So I'm asleep, from 2 in the morning to 10 in the morning. So I only have that little window to quote-unquote socialize. I mean, it was good in the beginning because I don't remember if I told you. I think I told you. I was on the bowling league.
Ooh.
I think I kind of remember that. And I was like, what?
How was that?
I don't know. I don't know where we placed, but it was fun.
So you joined, but you never bowled.
No, I bowled.
You
I
did?
just don't know
Oh.
where we placed.
Oh, okay.
As in, I
okay.
don't think I was that good, but I still had fun.
Okay.
I think the last time we went bowling was for your brother's birthday, that 10-year-old. And I thought we were going to have one of those, Daddy's Home 2 moments where somebody is going to bowl the perfect
300.
Oh, the perfect score.
0.
Oh.
And then we was like,
Was that me?
no, it was him.
Oh, he was. Really?
Yeah, because even his sister had a couple of pins and he wasn't getting it. He was going straight to the gutter. They were like, "Oh, can we
'Cause he
try to do
didn't-
that? We
he
tried to do the
didn't
rail
want
thing."
The rails.
Yeah, so they had
bumpers.
that.
Yeah,
No,
he didn't want the
He
bumpers.
didn't want the bumpers, but the 6-year-old had. Well, she was 5 at the time, I think. She had that little kind of looks like the grandpa walker where you just set it
The
up.
one where you push it off.
Yeah, and then she just puts the ball on it, and she was doing that, because
Yeah.
they're all heavy for her, and she was getting bins, she was doing good. She was the one aiming, we
Yeah.
weren't okay, put it where you want, I'll put the ball there for you, you roll it, and he was like, no, I'm gonna bowl, and he just kept going. At the end, I was trying to put out those
The
bumpers,
bumpers, yeah.
and the machine wasn't working, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna go to the restroom real quick. And I was like, hey, can you guys turn on the bumpers on lane whatever we were at? And then they're like, yeah, sure. But it never happened. But, I mean, he got some at the end. So he didn't get the perfect 0. The
No,
good thing was
the-
that we weren't like with the main crowd, so we got lucky and they
Not
put
like
us like in
the-
this little booth with
It was like a private room.
4 lanes maybe.
Yeah, but we were super excited because we thought we were going to be the only ones in there. And right when we were starting,
No, halfway through.
oh, halfway
Yeah,
through?
the other
Oh,
people-
another
the other-
family
yeah,
showed
the
up.
family showed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
You know,
we
it
enjoyed
was
it for you.
gross because there was like 10 teams, 3 each. The AC was kind of broke, so it was
Yeah.
really hot in there and really gross. And there was people who were like bowling in their uniforms. It's like could not be me. I went in my PTs and shorts, short sleeve. Like no, thank you, I'm good. But the names of the teams is what got me. Because how you were saying the gutter balls, one of them was gutter fingers. Ours was Dragon Balls.
Like that.
Because for my rate, our mascot is a dragon, so, and it was mostly the people in my rate
I think this is
on the
good.
team.
Oh,
You haven't had this one?
this is good wine. It tastes like soda.
It's like candy.
Yes, I know the cheapy Stella Rosa black.
Hey, but it gets
Yeah.
the job done.
It's nice. Going from tequila stuff to this, that's nice.
Oh my god, I know.
Ah, all right.
So-
Well, tell us.
What else happened?
I wanted to ask you something. So, you found out about the podcast later on. We already had some episodes out, and you called me, and I was having fun with Mom, messing with her, as you heard. So far, I guess I want to know what you think so far. What do you think so far?
Like
on
honest opinion.
on the podcast?
Okay,
What do
so-
you think we should approve on, or what do you want to hear more about? Like, what? Give us some advice. Give us some feedback, since you're like our first guest. We'll go with that, and then I got another question for you.
Okay, so I'll just start from the beginning.
All right.
So I have more than one Instagram page, and I was on my other Instagram that I use to text you guys.
Mm-hmm.
And every so often, I'll go through like my suggested to see if like there's people that I actually know. And your guys' page came up. I seen that page. I went on it because I saw that you followed it. Or no, I think it was you.
No,
Well, one of
I don't
you
have
guys-
Instagram anymore.
So
I don't have a
Instagram,
personal
yeah.
anymore. It had
Well,
to be dead.
one of you guys was following it, and I clicked on it, and I seen pictures of us, and I was like, what the hell? So I went on Spotify, and I started listening to them. And I was going to completely catch up and then tell you guys that I found it. But then the sibling one got me, and I was heated. I was like, I can't take this no more. I need to tell them that I know, and I need to give them my opinion. No, but I really do enjoy it, because, I mean, I haven't had a lot of role models growing up in terms of, like, couples that have stayed couples, because you think my mom, my grandparents, like, none of them have, like, stayed together. So it's nice to, like, see that, like, how you guys make it work with so many kids. And
and
then,
you know it's so hard.
No, I know. I see it, because, like, I see it from my eyes, but then now I also see it from your guys' eyes, too.
Yeah, and I mean, you've been around for some of the arguments and some of the
Yeah.
fights, and you're like, oh man, that might be it, right? And
Yeah.
then you're like, oh no, they still work it out. Or, how does he put up with it? Or
How
does
do
she put
y'all
up
do
with
it
Yeah,
as a whole?
so that's good to know.
It's
No,
really,
but I
really
really do
difficult.
enjoy it. Like, I like how you guys try to put a topic, but I also like the sidetrack this. Because to me, in my mind, when it comes to, like, stuff like this, I don't want to just be, like, straight in a line. I like to hear all the little side stories, because that's how I work, too. Like, that's how I also talk. Like, I'll start talking about one thing, and then I'll tell 10 different stories, and I'm like, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah, and then I'll finish the first story.
Right? Yeah, because it's like having a conversation
Yeah.
with somebody. You feel like you're in the room, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, we're talking one thing triggers another thing on your memory bank, and you go there, you go down that rabbit hole, and then you're like, oh wait, hold on, whoa, yeah,
What were we talking about?
what were we- I was gonna say something, but I forgot what it was.
Yeah.
All right, so then so far so good. Yeah,
Yeah, and then I also like it because, I mean, I've been, like, super busy. I've been on opposite schedule than everybody, plus 3 hours, or I was 2 hours ahead of everybody, too, so it was hard to, like, check in, or, like, by the time I'm awake, Dad's already at work, and I know you're busy with the kids and this, so, like, it's like I'm keeping in touch with you guys, but then I also forget I actually have to talk to you guys, too, not just listen to the podcast, because I'll text them, and it's like, oh, I knew about this, but wait, you didn't tell me. I heard it from the podcast.
yeah. I was like, oh yeah, we went to Universal.
Like, oh, I
yeah,
know.
I already
I
knew
heard
that.
it.
I heard it. I was like, oh, that's right. I was like, man, I don't even know what I tell you anymore. So,
Yeah. Just assume everything that's been said on the podcast I already listened to, because, like, I keep up with it.
so
I'm
the,
completely caught up now.
the thing that makes me laugh is like you were saying 2 Instagrams. I'm pretty sure some people are like 2 Instagrams.
No,
well, yes,
that's
it's 2
normal.
Instagrams because there's one where your parents can like see what you're doing, and the other ones is where you don't want your parents knowing what the fuck you're doing.
Usually, like for my age and quote unquote generation, because I fall in the middle, being in 2000s, but it's like you have like one page for your family, and then you have one page for your friends.
No, yeah, and it's good because everybody has that nosy tia, right? That's always like just
or like the nosy tia, or like the friends that you don't really want to like have them know everything about you, but like you want to kind of be nosy and keep in touch with them, so you have them on that other page.
they have this
And then
option.
I'm sorry. And then you have a third page that nobody knows about, and then you can stalk people on. I also have one of those pages.
Oh my goodness.
This is your trolling page.
No. Because some people will have you blocked because they'll know both of your accounts, but they don't know about that third one, and that's how you can stalk them better.
Oh my
Okay.
goodness.
All right.
That
I'm not at that
sounds
one
a
yet.
little scary.
But I know I'm not the only one, so I'm not embarrassed by it.
So this is the new
This
generation.
is a new generation.
That-
'cause in
we're
my
not there
head,
yet.
I'm
This is new info.
No, social media is a weapon.
So
Full on.
I don't know about you, but like it is funny that you say that because like what I said before, my original Instagram account after I got hacked. Before that, I had my the group that I called the option for close friends.
Yeah.
So there were stories that I would only say like, oh, only my close friends can see that, and those are kind of people that kind of trusted that I was okay knowing some stuff, and obviously there was people that excluded. So now that I have the other one, I don't have a lot of other people. But it is funny that you say that because I just realized I got a message from someone that I was like, wait, I don't follow them and they don't follow me. Mm-hmm. So how do they know I posted that and they're replying to me about that?
Because they're stalking you.
That's
other
right. Yeah.
Well, like after I lost my personal Instagram account, I haven't recreated it.
Yeah.
I got a funny one right now that I've been laughing. So like I've been trying to post like little things, not a lot, because like you said, schedule and work and everything, kids. So, but I like to post sometimes jokes on my stories, and sometimes I get to see the people that look at my stories, and I'm like, I need to make my account private because a lot of this is like adult fishing stuff.
Oh yeah, I blocked even on our something I put on the stories. I was looking at who saw the story, and there was like some adult stuff.
Yeah, like watch me arriving.
Yes, exactly like that. And I was like, block.
No, and there's a lot of
and
like,
I changed the last part to arriving. Okay.
No, like even so after my last ex, I made both of my pages private, and then I like went through all my followings and like removed whoever I didn't want to be on either of my pages.
Yeah. So that
took a long time.
So that makes me think about like maybe you're right. Maybe we should make the podcast into private. Like it sounds kind of messed up, but I want it to be open so that anybody can just go in there and listen to the podcast, and they see the post or the sound bites or whatever links might be up there. But when I guess it's, if we leave it open, whenever stuff like that pops up, we just kind of block it. Yeah.
I think the best would be to just like block it. But I know like for Snapchat, you can set like who can talk to you, like who can text you first. I don't know if it's just, I don't know if it's the same on Instagram.
No, because once it's open, if it's either public or it's private.
But I know it'll go into your requests. For sure.
Oh yeah, people request
to message you, and then you can just ignore them and just delete them as they come.
Yeah, we actually have several.
Because even on my private page, I'll get requests to chat, and I just delete them because like you can tell that they're spams, or like it'll be a group chat with like, hey, do you want to earn this amount of money?
Yeah.
Like,
we have a couple of requests that I finally like declined.
Yeah.
Because I was like, no, I didn't like their titles. It's like, I'm pretty sure you're not following us for our content. So
I'm pretty sure you're not even a human.
Yeah, that's completely possible too. I'm really afraid with this whole technology.
You're afraid of the AI stuff.
I am.
Right now. You lost it with the Snapchat
I lost it with
AI.
the AI. That once that little AI thing popped up on my Snapchat, I was like, nope. I am not doing that. I am not touching it. And I can't figure out how to delete it. I'm really bothered by it. Not happy with it. But anyways, back to you. What else happened?
No, you had another question? No?
Yeah, no, I was going to ask you if you could tell us a little bit more about this trip that you're doing, like where you're headed, what's like, you're here in town for how long, and then once you hit the road where you're headed, I guess up north, and then is there anything in particular that you're like looking forward to doing over there? I don't know what's up there.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So I don't know if you looked up things to do or
I can
places
start from
to
the
go.
beginning because I haven't been in that long. So I've only been in creeping up on 3 years. So there's boot camp, your training school, and then you go to your first command. My first command, hot garbage, 0 out of 10. Would never go there again. Every little person in my rate that I come across, I'm like, yeah, if they give you that option, anything you can to go against it, don't go there. So I spent 2 years in D.C. It's ghetto. And then finished up with that, went back to school for 3.5 months. And then now I'm going to my first actual sea duty station in Washington State. So from Washington to Washington. And I'm really excited to, actually get into the real Navy. Because I know I had it cushioned. Mm-hmm. I had a desk job. I hated it, but I had a desk job. I had it, quote-unquote, good. I didn't like it. That's not what I joined for. Mm-hmm. If I wanted a desk job, I would have stayed in college. But no, I did not. So I'm very excited to be, actually in the real Navy doing my actual job that I signed up for, which is more physical than just computer. So I'm excited about that. Okay. And so usually in between, schools or duty station, you're supposed to get about a month of leave. So I'm taking my month right now. So I have until pretty much the middle of May.
Oh, nice.
I have until the middle of May till I have to report to Washington. Well, it's because it's supposed to be for people who aren't their first time around. It's supposed to be after your first duty station.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I remember you told me you had been given orders or the option to go to Germany.
We don't talk about Bruno.
But that was before you got injured.
Yeah, we don't talk about Bruno.
I'm just saying.
We don't.
It might have been
totally
different. It might just be different between branches, too, though.
Yeah, that's true.
And then it's a whole different era, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know the era is different. But I'm saying had it not been for your injury, you would have totally taken that option.
I don't think I ever heard anybody talking about it. But, yeah, I mean, who knows? I'll never know.
Yeah.
Okay. I noticed that I do that a lot when I'm thinking.
Yeah. No, I'm just excited because I told, the person who helps me pick my orders, I told them, top 3 was California, Washington State, Hawaii. So I wanted West Coast on a small ship, and I got Washington on a small ship. So I'm, super stoked about it. It was exactly what I wanted.
Awesome.
And I'll
we don't want you here. We don't want non-Californians in California.
I'm still a California resident according to my tax papers, so I still count.
I know where you were born. You're not.
That's true. You got me there.
She's an East Coast girl.
She's a Virginian.
My allergies definitely tell me so.
Yeah. You told me that your allergies have been acting up every time you're back on the West Coast, or at least in California.
No, on the West Coast, period. Because, the farther we went west, the more they started acting up. Because, the whole time I've been on the East Coast for these past, almost 3 years,
you've been
no
fine.
Allergies, fine, except when I visit home.
We'll find out once you head north if it.
Does California still feel like home?
Yeah.
Yeah, no matter how far or how long you're gone, it still feels like home.
Because whenever I think home, I think here.
Yeah, because this is where you grew up. This is pretty much where you're from. Yeah. Oh, I just wondered about that. If it still feels like home.
Yeah, because wherever I'm stationed, that feels like home away from home. But once I'm here, it's oh, okay, everything. It's back to normal.
Yeah, and all your family
minus the prices.
Here.
It's home.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's funny. Thank God I got a little car, because goddamn.
Right? I think about that too. I miss my truck. I miss having big SUVs and big trucks. And then sometimes I stop for gas. I'm like, oh. I can't imagine
$50 to fill up my little thing.
I know exactly.
Tank, that hurts.
I'm like, man, I can't imagine how much it will be.
What's the average in Florida?
So it was starting to get up too, but it was $40, 310, 320. Mm-hmm. So it would take not even that much to fill my tank, maybe max 40. Yeah, but 30. When I first got my car in 2020, it would take no more than $30 to fill it from a quarter.
That's how it was when I first got mine too. Here in California.
Yeah.
$30, I was full.
Yep.
This hurts. I don't like it.
At least you don't have an SUV.
Mm.
And technically, I don't have one right now either, so that's all good. But, I mean, I've been driving around with my mom's little SUV in the interim, and, I mean, it's not as bad as our car was, but it's not as great as your car.
No, and then plus all the heavy stuff that I had in my car, because I put a top storage thing on it, plus I had like 5 storage bins on the inside of the hatchback. And my gas mileage was like tanking. It was like barely touching 30.
Oh my
When on average I'm like high 30s, mid to high 30s for miles per gallon. And then I'll get like 400 miles per tank.
And that's because of the extra drag on the top of the car.
Well, the top of the car plus like the weight of it too.
Aerodynamics. It's a
Yeah.
real thing.
It's a real thing.
Tell me more. Tell me more.
I'm not starting the next generation yet, I can tell you that.
Thank you.
Give me a few more years.
You know, it's funny. I was going to the store earlier with your little sister, and she was like, I want to be a young aunt.
No.
And I was like, no, you
Everybody
don't.
wants me to have kids. I'm not ready yet.
I was like, no, you
I
don't.
can barely handle myself and my dog. Like, calm down.
No. And then she says, well,
The 6-year-old?
no,
The
The
4-year-old? Oh my
well, then I think I want to be a young grandma.
I know.
I was like, why?
I can't
So
even
that I
think
can
of
play
making
with
you
my
guys grandparents
grandkids.
yet.
I was like, oh.
She likes babies, though.
Yeah.
All her dolls are her babies, whereas the 6-year-old, they're her nephews and nieces.
Yeah.
No, I told my boyfriend, I was like, we gotta be married and living together, obviously, because we're like, right now we're long distance, but for the most part we've been medium distance, where it's like we see each other on the weekends, but it was a 3-hour drive. And then I told him, let me do at least one deployment, and then we can have kids.
Okay.
That's my
Yeah, change the
criteria.
subject. I don't want to talk about grandkids.
I'll be what, like 26 by the time I go on deployment?
It doesn't matter. No.
Hey, I made it past my mom's age, and I made it past my grandma's age, so I'm breaking the curse
Made it
already.
past his. Well, your dad was this age with you.
Younger than me. On my birth certificate, he's 21.
I am.
Yes. I lost it, but I know what it said.
And
yeah, I
then
lost my birth
when you had the 20-year-old,
Oh, yeah.
you were
That
24.
makes sense. Yeah, that does make sense.
Yeah.
On my birth
Babies having
certificate,
babies,
my
man.
mom
See,
was
I'm telling
19 and you were 21.
Oh, no, yeah. Go ahead. Have some. Go ahead. I forget. You work the other way. You contradict everything I tell you. So, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, there you go. I'm waiting a little bit longer.
All right. So, you've been in town, a week now. A week now,
a
right?
week. Mhm.
So, you
Today's
came
a
up.
week.
Yeah, you came in to visit this weekend. And,
So she went with mom.
Yeah, I went with
Yeah,
my
so her
mom.
mom.
We had the early birthday party for the soon to be 21-year-old. And then my boyfriend was here. I was hanging out with him and his family. And then he left. And I was just hanging out with my mom and my siblings on that side. And then Friday I went to Universal with a couple of my friends. And then I was letting my dad know, hey, after Universal, I'm coming over. And then he's like, what? I didn't know you were coming over. Call me. And then he's like, oh, I guess I just didn't see the text.
Yeah, he calls me.
It's
He's
like 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you were coming over. Where else am I supposed to go?
he calls me. He's like, so the 23-year-old's coming over right now. I'm like, what?
no. It wasn't like that. It was more like, babe, I'm sorry. I dropped the ball. The 23-year-old is coming over.
And I'm like in bed, and I was like, the house is a mess. I haven't cleaned anything. I don't know where she's gonna
care.
sleep.
I just wanted to
I know,
sleep.
but I was like, I don't know where she's gonna sleep because we moved the bed, right?
Yeah.
So I
I'll
was like,
sleep anywhere. I'll sleep on this couch. I'll sleep on that couch. I'll sleep on
luckily,
the floor.
the
I'm
couch
fine.
you're sleeping on has been slept on by every member in this family, or on my side of the family, since for over 40 years.
Well, I'm just.
She's been around. Yeah.
That sofa's been around.
We call it the town bicycle.
It's
We put it out of turn.
great grandma's sofa. So that's an LA sofa.
Yeah, it's an old
That's
sofa.
an old
It's
LA
had
sofa.
a lot of people in it. And it's comfortable as hell, though. Let's not like
It is. It is nice.
That shit's built. Like, you know, the old stuff, we make those jokes about stuff that's like built to last because that's
Yeah.
how it used to be before.
Because everything's made out of actual wood.
Yeah, right. But that's why so many businesses went out went under because they built stuff and it lasted, so people didn't need to replace it.
That's true.
Unlike now, where everything's made out of plastic and cheapy pine wood or composite wood, that it's a matter of time when it breaks.
Something that lasts, it costs that much more if you want it made out of actual wood.
And there's a reason why people want the old furniture and they'll look for it. Right?
Yeah.
It's
No,
just,
same thing with cars. Like, don't get me wrong, I love my car, but I'm afraid to get in an accident. I don't know how much of that is plastic.
Yeah.
Fiberglass.
Haven't gotten in an accident yet.
Knock on wood.
No, that's
I
true.
just did.
Well, she's not gonna win. That's funny. Oh man, no, yeah. So that is a comfortable couch. I haven't slept in it in a long time. So
When he got home, he's like, "Babe, you're like a hurricane."
yeah, I walked in. I was like, man, I should tell you that somebody's coming over more often. I was like, damn, this place looks spotless.
So you're like a little.
She does clean people, right? I'm not saying that it's just that it's always dirty, but
No,
like,
but everybody knows how it is.
the kids,
like you have
you
a
know.
guest coming over,
It's like that extra
that
step.
kicks in, and then all of a sudden it's cleaner than you've ever seen. Because I was the same way with my apartment. I just had it like my comfortable little self. But when my boyfriend came over for the first time, oh my god, I spent like 2 hours cleaning before he came over.
I got.
Because I would never have
An
any
hour.
guests. I lived by myself.
Yeah, it was
just
about
me
an
and
hour,
my
huh?
dog.
Yeah. And then I wasn't gonna say anything, but the last time he came over, I didn't say anything, and then she was like, "Why didn't you tell me?" Oh, I wanted to make it a surprise. No, the house wasn't clean enough, and it was clean, but apparently not clean enough.
You
for
act like I noticed.
Well, but it's because the dogs don't like you because they don't see you until they see you. Like
Yeah,
when you
no,
walk in
it's
the
just-
door, they bark like crazy. So
No,
that's
he
one.
looks at me and he starts growling, and I'm like, dude, you know me.
Yeah.
And like, I'll have him smell my hand, and all of a sudden, he's all excited to be pet by me. Like,
Yeah.
you know me.
He just doesn't remember you because he doesn't see that often.
Yeah.
But because of the cat hair, and I know she has allergies, and I'm like vacuuming the
That-
sofa, and I'm
My
making sure all the
allergies
cat
are
hair is
more
picked up.
to pollen. You got me used to cats. That's no longer an issue unless they scratch me.
Okay.
But I'm allergic to pollen.
Well, wrong
West
time
Coast
to be.
pollen.
In the
I
West
know.
Coast.
I keep looking at my car, and it's like covered in it. Like,
and you told me it's covered in bugs too. From
yes,
all
from our
that bugs.
drive.
Isn't it amazing? You go on a road trip.
It's a massacre.
Always.
especially in Texas, the bugs are like
I
Massive.
don't know.
they're like
I don't
the
know
size
that
of
drive yet.
freaking birds. You must
I
use them.
genuinely thought we hit a bird a couple times, but it was a bug.
Yeah, it's a joke. Everything is bigger in Texas.
It really is. The bugs, the prices. Now.
How bad were their prices? Like, did you notice like a price difference, like in gas from
The
state to
closest
state?
I got to the west, the more
The
it went up.
closer, yeah. Yeah.
And in some spots of Texas, it would like dip, but then the closer I got west, the more
Yeah.
it went up.
And food wise, like places you stopped to eat, did that stay pretty regular?
Anything you missed that you
It
like?
went a little. So Jack in the Box,
Yeah.
first place. As soon as we saw one, Jack in the Box. That was like our first night in Texas. We went there.
What you get?
I got the tacos.
Yeah, see, that's my daughter.
And then they have these like cheese fries. I tried those. Too greasy.
I don't know.
It's too greasy. I'm just good with the tacos.
Yeah, the whole time I was in the when we lived in the East Coast and everything, I know even when before I was like tacos. Mm-hmm.
'Cause they don't have them-
TJ tacos. I was like, no man,
No, Jack in the Box.
Jack in the
tacos.
Crack, man. I'm gonna go in there. And I'm
No, yeah,
gonna-
like in college, I would get off of work and like the whole day. So I was full-time college student on the swim team, and then I had 3 jobs at the same time. So I'd get off of work usually around like 9-10. Of course, Jack in the Box is open. Block away from my house, I would get 6 Jack tacos, eat them all in one sitting, and I was good. And I missed that.
Yeah.
They don't have that on the East Coast. They have Whataburger, which is like,
oh, blasphemy!
Honestly.
Right? Some people are gonna have
and that's okay.
they're gonna
But
burn.
you're a West Coast girl.
Sorry to
And
yuck on
you're-
your yum, but it's not my thing personally. But the one thing like East Coast has that I do wish was like closer to here, Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, 'cause then
I
you're-
love the shops. Like the proportions are great. Their mimosas will get you smacked. It's great.
we every time we're in Arizona,
Every
we stop
time
at
we're in
Cracker
Arizona, we stop at Cracker Barrel. Yeah.
Yeah, it's and my boyfriend had never been. I was like,
And
we're
Waffle House.
going.
Barrel. The waffle.
Yes,
Waffle
Waffle
House.
House.
That's automatic.
Regardless of like the economy, $13, you get a crap ton of food, and it's amazing, sober or drunk. And the environment, too. I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
On the last trip that we did to Arizona, I was kind of shocked to see that it was like renovated. Everything, like the Waffle House looked different and they were updated. The menu looked different. And I didn't see my favorite in there, and I was like almost having a heart attack because I was like, "Oh no!"
Was that on the back of the menu?
And and then they're like, "What are you looking for?" I was like, "Can I have my T-bone steak and eggs with a scattered carrot topped?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, no, we still do that." I was like, "Yes, do it, please, make it happen."
No, I always get the All-Star.
Oh yeah,
Because it has a bit of everything.
No, yeah, everybody liked it. I know the kids all enjoyed it.
First time at a Waffle House,
it was cool. Yeah, I love it, and I just learned recently that one of my friends also loves the Waffle House. Like everything's Waffle House, and I was like, oh my goodness, dude, I didn't know. Oh, Sam.
Yeah, that's why I was like so excited to go back to Florida. Like I was like, Waffle House is right across the street from base. Like, I'm going.
Yeah, I can't eat Jack in the Box tacos at all anymore
Because of the grease.
No, we found out what they're made out of.
Yeah,
Soy.
so it's all
We found
soy.
that out a long time ago, though.
Yeah,
We were
I
talking
didn't
about it a
believe
few
it.
years ago. How like if you take off the cheese, they're like vegetarian or vegan, one of the two.
Yeah.
Because even the oil, it's like it's not
Soy
meat
oil. Yeah, it's soy oil and then it's soy.
I just pretend
chorizo.
to not acknowledge that, so I still eat them.
Well, you're a girl,
can't.
but Dad.
Even then, like I know the effects on women that too much soy
Excess
can have.
soy.
So like,
Or excess.
I don't really have though. My only exceptions are edamame because I'll eat that crap like crazy.
Yeah.
And Jack in the Box tacos.
Yeah,
Other than that, like whole milk all the way.
I laugh
Nothing
at
to anything
people
else.
when we go shopping and groceries and stuff like that, and we're like looking at the ingredients and it says soy. I put it back,
Yeah.
and some people, and it's like your brothers, sisters, they're like, "Does it have soy?" I was like, "Yep, it's got soy," and I like to see people's reactions. Like it's weird, but kind of like it.
I don't think people really think about the fact that literally if you actually look at the ingredients on everything these days, every oil product has been replaced with soy oil, soy lectin, and soy flour.
Yeah, and the shelf life is longer.
The shelf life is longer, and it's just crazy because people don't think about it. It's
Yeah.
like, oh well, and then you wonder why things taste different.
Right. Yeah. People like complain, oh yeah, this doesn't. What is
It
it? My
doesn't
Reese's
taste the
peanut butters
same.
don't taste the same,
Yeah.
or my cereal doesn't
It's a
taste the same
different
like
oil,
it used
people. It's a different oil.
to. Yeah.
Or it'll say it's a combination of different oils, one of them being soy oil, which was never part of the product several years ago. So that's
Yeah.
all just within the last couple of years.
No, yeah, I'm very conscious on that one. I just don't want it. I don't need it.
Yeah. So,
I don't want it.
anyways, those are but you do miss the tacos.
Yeah, then there's-
But we found the tacos at Sam's Club, right? The little tacos. That
Oh,
the
yeah, those
kids
are
like.
freaking
Those are
good.
not those are little mini tacos that they sell in packs, and the kids devour those. And those are not fake meat.
yeah, they have chicken.
They have actual chicken in them, and no soy.
Oh, I know.
So-
Like, whenever I was in Florida the first or second time, the microwave taquitos, like, that's what I survived off because my kitchen is a microwave. And a
Oh, I
mini fridge.
remember you saying that.
Yeah, I survive off of taquitos and sandwiches. Because this time around, I kept my BAS, which is, like, for my groceries specifically, so I didn't have access to the galley unless I paid for it, so I had that. A lot of cup noodles.
You love cup of noodles
Yes, I do.
since forever.
And especially because they have the spicy chicken. Mac and cheese in a cup. What else?
Sounds like
I had a
college
lot of
food.
yeah,
I
pretty
know.
much. I had a lot of protein drinks too. Because like on some afternoons, I should say, not mornings, I was just too lazy to like even pop something in the microwave. I would just have a protein drink.
So, what are you looking forward to, like things to see or things to learn once you go to Washington?
Definitely doing more of my job because for my job, there's not a lot of us, and then like right now, there's only one of us on my ship that I'm going to, and then come August, he'll be leaving as well, and I'll be the only one
Okay.
doing my job
Are there
on a boat of 3 to 4 to maybe 500 people max.
and you had told me that that ship's not ready to.
No,
go
it
anywhere.
came back from deployment end of last year, so towards the end of this year, it might start doing sea trials again, but it won't be until maybe next year or the year after that I'll like finally see a deployment. So I have plenty of time to like learn, but there's only so much you can learn because once like we're in repairs, it's off too.
Yeah.
So I can learn like theoretics, but I'm excited for it all. I'm excited to like actually be out there, not just watching things be done from afar.
Yeah.
And then, of course, with the area, I'll be like super close to Seattle, so I can see that. A lot of artists that I follow will go on tour in Seattle. And then just the green. I'm excited for all the green, for all the nature walks, for all the national parks. My boyfriend's really into rock climbing. He's trying to get me into it. Like, I'll belay you. I don't know if I'll go up there myself, but I'm excited for literally all of that. And then my dog loves the outdoors, too. She loves to go on little hikes with me.
Well, that's awesome.
The other thing is we're planning to get, like, a 2-bedroom since we're going to be so close to home. Like, literally, it's a 2-hour flight, not even sometimes.
Okay.
So we're planning to get a 2-bedroom to either, like, host either my family, his family, my friends, his friends, whoever
comes up.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then also one of the girls that I went through the school with is going to be in the same area on a different ship, so maybe she'll want to come over because we all pretty much got like pretty close.
That's good.
Minus one person, but we don't talk about that one person.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Everybody has a Bruno.
Oh my goodness. If my friend that I told about the podcast was listening to this, she would know exactly who I'm talking about. It's not even funny.
Funny to us because we don't know.
Not yet. I'll tell y'all later.
So what else?
I guess I had like there were moments there when she was talking and I had questions, but I was like, I forgot what they were.
Okay.
Family, friends, career.
What are your career goals with this? Are you
So I'm property of the government until 2027, and I'm happy with that because I got a bonus out of it, and I don't got to worry about what I'm gonna be doing for the next 4 years. Because I signed on another 5 on top of my contract. So I like that sense of security to where I don't really got to worry about it because I'm not ready to go back to college. Like, I was studying to be an elementary school teacher, and thank goodness that didn't go through because 1, I make more now than I would have. 2, after COVID,
Yes, it's a mess. It's a mess.
Yeah, being a teacher is a whole different.
yeah,
we were just talking about teachers.
beast.
Yeah, on the last episode.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was like thinking about that. Like, yeah, I almost went into that, but I figure I'll probably go into something depending on like what my credits transfer to. Because already in my almost 3 years, I have 42 college credits just from the Navy.
Nice.
Not including the little bit of college I did beforehand. So I can focus on whatever that transfers to, get a degree out of that, and then depending on how these next 4 years go, I can either stay in, have another shore tour, and then work towards going officer, or if I like the enlisted route that much, I can just stay enlisted and then make my way up to E9. Okay. So it really just depends on how these next 4 years go.
And compared to what your thoughts were when you were like in junior high and high school, is this a path you ever thought you would follow?
I was like, man, I got asthma, I have this, I have that, I can never do the military. And then one day I was like, okay, maybe when I'm done with my associates. And then there was a recruiter at the job fair. It started on a Tuesday, went to the recruiting office on Thursday, took my ASVAB Monday, swore in Friday. 10 days and I was in. When I thought I was like, oh, I'll join in like a year and a half, 2 years.
Well, I remember for a while you wanted to become like a SEAL. Was it like some...
Man. So it was like a fast minute, and I was like really thinking about it, but I was like...
And then you watched G.I. Jane and you're like...
No, I was like thinking about it. I was like, okay, I'm a great swimmer, but I got asthma. I can't do that.
Well, yeah, because I remember you when you were a lifeguard, right? You were doing the lifeguard thing, and you were talking about your training. Well, that's because like what the recruiter was pitching me, because he's like, "Oh, you're a lifeguard. Like you could probably do this, this, and this." So I was like, but I remember how you had told me like kind of your physical struggle to push yourself to be better because of your asthma. I remember that you had told me at one point that it was like like it was, you had to basically just remind yourself that this is what you wanted to do,
Yeah.
this whole lifeguard thing. So you like pushed yourself through your asthma to the point where it kind of went away.
No, I like cold turkey stopped taking my inhaler in April 2018. I was like, if I want to join, I can't have asthma. So I just pretended that I didn't have asthma, would run half a mile, swim between 500 to 1,000 yards a day. And then like I did a lot of like strength training for my lungs. I would do like 25s with fins, holding my breath so that they would expand how they should. And then from then, it's like I haven't needed it since.
So, like, if I smack you right now, it's no longer child abuse, right? Because she's a grown up.
Correct.
Because I remember there was fights about this, where
About
I was
my
like,
asthma.
it's like, you don't have asthma. Like,
No, and
you
that's
just
funny
start
because
working
when I
out
was
and just suck it up. You know, like, you'll eventually train your lungs. So you like, start really, no, Dad.
to be fair, though, I used my asthma to my advantage a lot of times.
Well, but this is where we understand now as adults that your asthma was psychological.
it was both because I throughout the years, not so much now when I would have like panic attacks, I would get asthma attacks.
Mm-hmm.
But
panic attacks are emotional,
Yeah.
which is part of
No,
psychology.
and
yeah, but it would affect me
But it's,
physically
yeah,
too.
it's also,
and that's what
it
happens.
can still be
with
50-50.
emotions.
Yeah, if you have asthma, I mean, there's people that have trained themselves to, you know, not always need their inhalers, right?
And then I also
So,
realized
I wasn't trying to say like you're gonna get rid of it, but like you can train yourself to go a little
deal
bit,
with it.
Yeah.
to go a
No,
little
and
bit
that's
farther
what I was
without it.
thinking the whole time that I was doing that. I was like, damn, my dad was right.
Mm-hmm.
No, and then another part of it was like I was realizing how much stronger they were having to make my inhalers. Because I went to ones that had steroids in them. And I was like, I can't be doing this to my lungs. Like, that's not good for me. I know that for a fact. So I just pretended that I didn't have it. And then eventually I, like, quote unquote, got over it. But every so often with, like, a panic or an anxiety attack, I'll feel it a little bit. But I just lay flat on the floor, deep breaths, and then I'm fine.
Okay. And your doctors haven't said anything about it?
They don't know about it.
Okay. That works too.
They don't need to know about it.
So, you're in the Navy, and how do you at all like regret joining? Like, was this the right? Because sometimes there's decisions that people make, and they're like, "Man, maybe this wasn't the right one." But it seems like for you, like it just came out of nowhere. It worked out. You moved on it fast. There was no thinking, no dwelling, no procrastinating. You made it happen, and it seems like so far, like it's been the best thing for you because you're like talking about, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to stay this. I'm 5 years, but has there been any moments where you like kind of regret it, or is it
No.
one of the best things that you're
It
like?
honestly one
Has
of
it
the best
opened your
thing.
eyes? Has it made you
Yeah.
mature? Has it made you?
It's definitely introduced me to a lot more different types of people because, you know, the Navy are people from all over the country. You meet all kind, not even just the country, but all over the world. And it was perfect timing because I joined right before COVID hit. So I was doing the full-time college student, 3 jobs, helping my family, college swim team all at the same time, but I wasn't fulfilled. Like, it wasn't challenging enough. So one, it was
It's a different
challenge.
type of challenge.
It's a whole different type of challenge completely because with the job that I do, it's something I'm so unfamiliar with that I'm always being kept on my toes. I'm always learning something new every day. But it was perfect timing too because I enlisted in November and I like actually left in June. And right before then, I had lost all my jobs because of COVID. Mm-hmm. So I wouldn't have had anything. And then I even said, like, if my college goes online, I'm dropping out. So I dropped out when they sent out that email. So
I remember that.
I would have just been a jobless college dropout. But now I've been building my career.
Nice.
And it's great because, like I was saying, like, I don't know what I want to do in college still. But I have that sense of security to where I have a roof over my head, food on my plate, and I don't have to worry about anything. Like, paycheck 1st and 15th for the next at least 5 years
And that's a big
of
part
my
of
life.
being an adult, right? Is having a sense of security.
Mm-hmm. And I don't have to think about that. Like, sometimes I feel like I'm taking advantage of it, but then I remember, like, I'm away from my family, like, 98% of the year, pretty
Yeah.
much. So I realize that's the sacrifice I'm making. Even if I feel like my day-to-day job is more, like, cushiony, I'm still making, like, a big sacrifice.
In a way, I want to say that it might feel like a sacrifice, but it's. I mean, this is just my point of view, right? You don't have to think about it the same way or feel about it the same way I do. But you're a grown up now. You're an adult, and like I tell mom all the time is that there comes a time when the kids have to leave the nest. They have to go on their own route, their own path. They have to start making their own life. Yeah. She moved out of her house as soon as
19.
she was 18, 19. I did the same thing. So it's like for us, like seeing you become the adult now. It's been good, and we appreciate the times that you come over and give us time and spend time with your siblings. And like you went on a date with your brother today. That was nice. I thought that was sweet. We took him to the movies. So yeah, it's good. But you say like you feel like you're away from your family. Your family's always going to be there for you. We're always going to be there. Like you can always count on us. Or, the other side of the family, like your mom's side of the family. But you're grown up. You started your own career. You're starting your own life. So one day you're going to start your own family and everything's going to change, So we're here for you, but don't feel like you have to be tied here to us,
No, the way that I see it, it's like the difference is I can't just be like, oh, I'm going to come see you guys next weekend. I have to do a whole process at least 2 weeks in advance if it works with my work's schedule to come versus somebody who's not in. It's just like, yeah, I can just come over kind of thing, That's the little things that I see it. And then I also see like my upcomings where like deployments, and I'm not going to have that choice at all. And I'll be who knows where for the next 6 to 9 months.
What?
So I think about it like that way too. Like I haven't done those things, but I am going to be making like a big sacrifice soon.
So I, as a parent, like I trip out because ever since you were a little munchkin, you had this thing with water, right? And everything, like going to the beach and everything. You had this thing with water, and I remember that when you were like in elementary, you were like, "Oh, I want to work with animals, but ocean life, right?"
She wanted to work at SeaWorld.
Yeah, and you started looking into that, and then that kind of went away, and then your middle junior high or
She
whatever
talked
high
about
school
marine
years.
biology for a
Marine
minute.
biology, yeah.
And then I realized there's too much math
And then
inside.
you went into being
Math and science.
and then you went into being a lifeguard, and then you were in the swim team. So you always ended up with the water. So to me, that's like
It's like
my
full circle.
Yeah, my thing with you is like always connected, and we used to laugh about it and kind of get frustrated about it times, right? Because we're like, can't get this damn girl out the pool. Like whenever she would come over, go to the pools. Remember, like she's always in the water. She's always getting wet. Like aside from other things that drove mom crazy, like finding candy wrappers.
Hey, I got I paid the full punishment for that. I got 6 fake teeth. So hope the others listen to the
You
warnings.
really loved candy when you were little.
But to be fair, the Navy paid for 3 of my teeth, and you can't even tell that they're fake anymore. Just saying.
So and now you're in the Navy, so somehow that's still water related. So yeah, I just think it's funny, like from a outside point,
She just stayed near the water.
Yeah. So yeah, that's.
I think it was perfect timing for me though, because I needed that college experience. I needed just a little bit of seeing what it was like, and then just joining was the perfect time for me, honestly. Including all the bullshit that I've already been through, like within and outside of the Navy. Like it was perfect timing for me. I couldn't have planned it better, even though it wasn't planned at all. It was super like impulsive, last minute. Like I wasn't planning to join that soon, but it happened.
So does the 23-year-old you have any advice for a 16 or 17-year-old someone who doesn't know what they're going to do?
A lot of it is just like, don't worry about it. Like, save that worrying for later. Just focus on whatever it is that you're doing now. Do the best that you can, and realize that your best today may be worse than your best yesterday, but it's still your best. As long as you try. Honestly, that's all that really matters in my book. It's like trying, for me, is what really shows that you're putting in effort. Because if you're not trying, then you're not going to go anywhere. But even if you try just a tiny bit every day, you're going to be moving forward. So even if like you have no idea what it is that you're going to do, especially when it comes to college, just kind of do what I did. Join a community college, take a look around at the clubs, take a few classes here and there, and then failing classes is not a big deal. My first semester, I had a .09 GPA. Mm-hmm. Next semester, I had a 4.0.
But your priorities shifted. What shifted?
What shifted was more just like what I wanted to do, and I learned that through failing kind of thing. So It's like I tried it out, definitely wasn't for me, so then I tried something different. It's a lot of trial and error.
Okay.
And accepting that sometimes, even if your mind tells you it's not, failing is okay because failing can be used as lessons.
That's true.
That's true.
A lot of people don't do that though.
Mm-hmm.
No, they just
because I don't let myself like recover from failing, but I've learned to be like, okay, yeah, it sucks, but what am I gonna do next? What am I gonna do to be better the next time? Using it as a lesson.
Well, it's good that you look at it that way because, like I said, we all had different points of views and we all see things different, right? So there's people that focus on the bad, and there's people that strive to do better. So, but you were saying that 1 year you had like a horrible GPA, and you, I don't know what clicked or what made it snap that you tried better, but doesn't it at times feel like you wasted that time? Like why was it so bad? Like why? Like what caused it to procrastinate or not give a shit or try? Because that's a horrible GPA to be honest. Like,
I only passed one
that
class.
That was like you only showed up and fucking put your name on a piece of paper.
No, and I showed up to all my classes.
You know, like that's I wouldn't even tell that story.
So,
you know,
no. So a lot of it
part
was
of her journey. It's part of her journey.
So when the community college that I went to had you take like an entry level exam to see where you placed for certain subjects, I listened to it. The math that they told me I placed in was not the math I should have been in. So that was one of them. Another one of the courses, oh my God, I can't even remember. I just remember like, I was like, yeah, no, this is not it. Like, this is not.
There are just things that weren't for you. Yeah. And that's the thing is if it doesn't interest you.
It's not going to work for me.
It's not going to work. Especially once you become an adult and you're in college.
And then especially because I went straight from high school to college, which I know a lot of people do, and for a lot of people it works, but I guess I just wasn't one of those people at that time. Mm-hmm. I needed more of just like a little break, especially everything I had going on with my family, like with my grandpa that year. Oh. It was a lot, and it bled into my senior year, or my freshman year of college, and then plus balancing work, school, and family. It was something new because I was adding in work because I didn't work during high school.
We're being an adult now.
Yeah.
Learning to be an adult.
But I also realized, okay, I'm just going to pretend like that was my trial run. I'm going to do this for real now. So I pushed myself a little bit harder. I went to my counselor. I got some accommodations that I was like eligible for. That definitely helped out a lot. And then overall, I just surrounded myself with like good people in those classes that I could tell that were like really about it. So I stuck around them. So outside influences too. But a lot of it was just like realizing, okay, this stuff actually does matter. I do have to try. But also learn from what I had done previously and try not to do what I had done then. But also be okay if my best isn't enough. Okay. Because it's my best.
Yeah. When you recognize that it's truly your best.
Yeah.
And you understand that.
It's not saying that, oh, this is my best, but it's still shit. Like, everybody else just has to deal with that. No, this is my best. It's shit. I need to push myself.
To do better.
Yeah.
Like you did with your pushing yourself to get through your asthma.
Yeah.
And pushing yourself to reach the goal of...
And even pushing myself through all these schools that I've gone to in the military, because a lot of it is things that I'm not familiar with. Mm-hmm. There's math in it. Math is scary for me. There's a lot of concepts that are completely foreign to me, but I'll spend ridiculous amount of time asking my teachers, asking my peers, studying as much as I can inside of where I go to school, because outside of the school we can't study it.
That's a good thing you ask, because there's a lot of people.
No, I'm not afraid to ask. That was the other thing, is like, don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to sit in front of the class. Things like that. Mm-hmm.
That's a conversation you need to have with your brother. Mm-hmm. That teenager.
No, I see a lot of myself in him. Yes, it hurts me because I know what he's going through just by looking at him.
We see a lot of him in you too.
Because a lot of it is just like, also, it's not that serious.
It's that age.
At this age, it's not that serious. I don't even remember. 14.
Oh, I remember.
We remember.
I don't.
Oh, I remember.
We remember your 14.
I don't remember my 14.
Well,
so,
we
but that's
kinda
all
do.
that he
We
needs to
kind
know.
of remember your 14.
All he needs to know is that I don't remember my 14, so he's not going to remember his 14.
Like his 14 is like, I'll lock myself in the room. Her 14 was like,
I'm not coming
I'll
over.
see you guys in a year or two. You know what I'm saying?
And when she was here, she was locked in a room.
Yeah.
I try not to be.
No,
I'm trying.
I'm saying when you were.
But then she
5.
was like, it's the only time I get a break and it's quiet.
That's
No,
true.
really.
It's true.
Like every time I come over, I'm always so tired because it's like such a slower pace when I'm here versus like over at my mom's. It's like go, go, go. This kid needs to pick up. Or like these past few days that I've been home, they were recovering from like a little cough, and from coughing so much they were puking.
Oh my goodness.
So I kept getting woken up by puking children.
Oh,
But it's
That
just
irritation.
the
like,
irritation.
yeah, it's just the irritation, like from coughing so much, like they just can't handle it. So I woke up like 4 to 5 times.
It's
even
a
the
pretty
day,
bad cough, actually.
That's
Yeah.
a really bad cough.
Poor things, though.
Yeah.
Even the day before I went to Universal, I was like up until 1 a.m. because the 10-year-old woke my mom up like 4 times. Mom, I threw up. Luckily, my mom gave her the little baggies to puke in, so there wasn't much of a cleanup.
Yeah, that's horrible.
And then, so you have obviously 4 siblings here. How many siblings do you have with your mom?
So in total, including all of my half, step, and adopted siblings, including the ones I don't know exist, I am the oldest of 13
All together.
Shit.
altogether.
4 of which are here, so the
4
rest
over
are on
there.
the other side.
So that makes it 9 over there.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Well, she's counting the step siblings, the adopted siblings.
Oh, yeah,
And my
yeah,
other
okay.
bio siblings that don't
Yeah.
know about me.
Yeah.
I'm counting
Yeah.
them as well.
Oh, you're counting your bio siblings that don't know.
Even if they don't know me, I still count them. Because, like,
Yes, your blood.
with family, like, blood or not, I've always considered family.
No, no,
like,
that's
period.
blood. So,
So,
blood is blood. You can't deny
I'm
that,
the
you know?
oldest. I'm 23, and the youngest is finally actually sleeping.
Is she the
And we're-
youngest?
She's
the
the youngest.
youngest.
Yeah, we're 18 years apart.
18 years
Yeah.
apart.
So I have 4 here, and then with my mom, there's the 3 adopted, plus the 20-year-old, and then from her ex, there's the other 20-year-old, and then I have 2 others that I still count.
Okay.
But it's a lot.
Mhm.
Christmas is expensive.
Well,
Everybody just gives gift cards now.
Of course, yes.
Gift cards
another
and
reason not
cash.
to have kids anytime soon.
Yes, another reason. not
You've
to.
been babysitting too long.
No, and like how I keep hearing you guys like, oh, you would think I wouldn't want kids. No, now it's more just like I know how many kids I want and I know how I want them spaced out. Because looking at all the age differences, I think between the 10-year-old,
Here,
yes,
because there's a 10-year-old there, too.
no, the 10-year-old here and the 14-year-old here, that's like my favorite age gap. Because
4 years.
yeah,
That's the worst one.
no,
It's not that bad.
compared
Maybe 3 years.
compared to all my other siblings, like that's probably been my favorite.
Because they're all like almost back to back, right?
Yeah. Because, like, me and the 20-year-old, about to be 21, we're 2 years apart, barely. And we've always been neck and neck, even to this day. It's too much. It's too close. No, thank you. I never had my own room until I joined the military. And it wasn't even then. I shared a barracks with 3 other girls, and then I got my own apartment. And then I finally had my own room.
Your own space. There's nothing
I was
like
20.
having your own space.
No, really.
What?
I'm just kind of laughing at it. I'm like, well, that was your fucking choice. Because we were like, you have a room here, stay here. No! Mom, Dad's trying to take me away.
Well, technically, she wouldn't have been alone because she'd still have the 20-year-old.
Yeah.
No, because...
when they take turns. Because
Yeah.
sometimes you would come over and she wouldn't.
Like now.
Yeah, like now. Yeah.
Because I asked her, like, hey, I'm going to go to Dad's. Are you going to go? And she just, like, avoided the question.
Yeah, she's mad at Dad.
For what? And, like, the reasons she tells me that she's mad are not valid.
Yeah, I don't know. She's mad because You did, because he doesn't text her.
She got mad at me because she's like, "Who told Dad I had a party? It was me." I was like, I didn't know I was supposed to tell him. I was going to tell him anyway.
We don't care. We never celebrate, like, as a unit. Like, we've never celebrated with your mom's side of the family. Like, they've always done their own thing.
We did once, but it wasn't her birthday.
Oh, that's right.
It was her brothers.
It was one of your brothers at Chuck E. Cheese. Mm. That is true. We did one time. It was super awkward. I mean, I don't know that the kids noticed, but it was super awkward.
Oh, no, of course we didn't notice. We
Yeah, because I'm there with you. She's there with her partner, and then they're celebrating the partner's kid's birthday party. Yeah. But they were happy. Yeah. We didn't have any kids. It was just the girls.
It was just them.
So, yeah. And I was always cool. We were always cool with the kid. We always gave gifts. I always
wanted it to be like that.
Yeah.
I mean, we even took care of him one time.
I remember that.
Time, yeah. And you gave him toys.
Yeah.
Like, I remember you
No,
gave him, like,
he remembers you very fondly.
Like,
he never has had anything bad to say about you.
He
lives in LA now.
Yeah. My goal as a partner in this whole raising kids, I wanted it to be like that on a regular.
It's ideal, but not every party is interested in that.
Yeah. And so it made it really hard. I mean, we tried it. I think that was like the nicest year, honestly. I think
2007?
Yeah, whatever that year was. Because I even got hugs.
Even me and him, we talk about it all the time. It's like, what was it about 2007 that was so good?
I think your mom was just super happy.
I think so too.
Because, like, I remember she even hugged me for New Year's, and that was super weird. I was like, I'm getting a hug. This is so weird. And her partner gave me a hug. That was a weird year for me. That was a super weird year for me.
It's kind of awkward.
So, but yes, you're the eldest of many.
And I love them all the same, regardless of how much they get on my nerves. Okay, so the way that it is for me, I'm the oldest, so I'm allowed to bully them.
Okay.
It builds character, and it's true because the other 20-year-old has benefited from it. I can see it. He won't say it, but I see it. It's just, and I was telling the 14-year-old this earlier. It's in the rule book. It's in the big sister rule book. Like, I have to bully you guys. That's just how it works.
I'm trying to think. Was I ever bullied by my sisters?
Yes.
But even though I bully them, it's because I love them.
No, I think mine wasn't bullying. Mine was torture.
No, I don't.
Well, I mean, dressing me, like putting dresses on me.
Oh yeah,
I might have done that.
I've done that to my brothers.
I mean, yes, I was 2 years old, but it doesn't matter. Nobody should do that.
I think that's just like something big sisters do to their little brothers.
We get bored.
So my sister from my mom's side, I didn't know this, but she told me the story that she always wanted like a little girl, right? And she didn't have a little girl.
Oh, and she had two boys, right?
No, she didn't have the kids yet.
Oh, she didn't have them yet.
No, she didn't have them yet. And she put a dress on me, and it was like, okay, it'll fit my, one of our cousins or nieces or something like that.
Because you're the same size.
So she will buy the whatever. But like, she'll buy the clothes and go home and put them on me, and I'll be crying or whatever, throwing a fit, getting pissed off. And then then she had a son, and she did that shit to him too. So I was like, haha, I'm off the hook, So, but
isn't that something she always says, or she used to say, whenever one of the boys, not ours, she never got to deal with our boys, but I know whenever her grandkids, they would start to cry, and she'd be like, "Stop crying! I'm gonna put a dress on you."
Yeah. So so I guess in a way, that was a bullying. But the other sisters that I have from my dad's side, one was just giving me the silent treatment, and then one was always a sweetheart, and then the other one was just, I guess, tough love. But
that's what I've been having to do a lot with the 20-year-old, with my mom, like a lot of tough love, because it's just not getting through her head. Like, and that's how it is with a lot of my siblings. Like, I'll bully him, but I die for him. Only I can bully them the way that I do.
But for the 20-year-old,
it's a whole different case.
It's a whole different case. Like, she doesn't understand that we're really out in her best interest. And if she does understand, she forgets.
Not even that. Like, she just doesn't listen. Like, I'll say one thing.
Well, yeah, she's deaf.
Oh my god. Anytime I tell people about her and that she's deaf, and I'm like, oh no, don't feel sorry for her. Feel sorry for me for having to deal with her. And then I'll tell them about how when she was little and she would get pissed off at me, she would take her hearing aids off and cover her eyes, be like, I can't see you, I can't hear you, I don't know what you're saying. And I know damn well she can hear me sometimes, because I'll mention something about food, she'll peek. And it's been like that her whole life, even to this day.
She does love food. She's always loved food. It's true. Well, I remember she'd get mad whenever I'd cover my mouth.
Oh, I do that. I do that to her too.
I'd cover my mouth. She gets so mad. She's like, I can't see what you're saying. And I'm like...
No, she'll tell me the same thing, and I'll be like, it's not like you were going to listen to me anyway, so why do you care?
Oh, I think I've mentioned this before. She tried to hit me one time with her cast arm. Because I wanted her to read something. Yeah.
She's something else.
Yep. She was not afraid to hurt me.
No. She got mad.
Yeah. She had a horrible temper. I wonder where she
still
got
does.
it from. Does your mom have that temper?
Yes.
Oh, well, then it's from both sides.
Because I see it in both me and her. Mm-hmm. We have his temper, our mom's attitude. I've become a little better about, like, internalizing it a little more than I was a few years ago.
Don't keep it in, though.
No. I mean, like, in terms of...
Wait.
being implosive rather than explosive and wanting to, like, throw shit.
Okay.
But, yeah. His temper, mom's attitude.
My attitude?
No. The mom's attitude.
No. My attitude.
No, they have your temper.
My attitude.
That too. The sarcasm, him, for sure.
Sarcasm.
But in terms of, like, full-on bitch mode, respectfully, I get that from my mom.
Okay.
But, like, sarcasm, my mom, all the time.
Yeah, you're right.
Just like
you
him.
guys are all soft. You know, they don't have my attitude. None of them. Well, except for our
The 6-year-old?
Our 6-year-old. That one's all me. That fuse. That bad temper.
But, no, the 20-year-old used to. I don't know how she is now. But
she's more of a shut down angry now.
She shuts down angry now.
Yeah.
When she was little...
I foresee the 6-year-old starting to break stuff pretty soon.
Well, yeah, because she keeps trying to break her siblings.
Mm-hmm. Pretty soon she'll be driving her head in through windows.
We need to, like, refocus that energy somehow.
This one was headbanging my horn on my car.
Oh, she told me. The 4-year-old, she's like, I was hitting my head on her horn.
She was having so much fun
Why?
with it. Because she couldn't reach it, so I opened my car door, and then she was just hitting it with her head, and then...
What is wrong with these kids? Oh, my
So
it was my fault. I did it first. I, like, grabbed her head and pushed
I learned something funny about you today that I didn't know. Okay, I want to touch on it real quick.
Me?
Yeah. So, mom sometimes gets a little jealous of... I wouldn't say jealous, but, you know, you make little remarks when you end up spoiling me with gifts. Mm-hmm. And like things like, you know, I don't know, Punisher action figures, because who would have guessed that the Punisher is one of my favorite characters?
Sorry, I forgot.
Oh, I definitely commented on that when I called him. I was like, Punisher, like, I do not remember this. I sure remember it. That was the name of the belt.
So many. It's true. It's true.
Can't forget that.
Well, lately it hasn't been Punisher.
Man.
Lately it's been other things.
I don't know what you're talking about. Please the fifth.
You're
and then you got me that Deadpool one, you know, and like little things like that. And mom's like, oh, you know, she's just helping you with your damn addictions or your hobbies thing. You know, she's like supporting you. But then I kind of saw it today when I saw your backpack full of boxes of Pokemon cards. And then you're like, yeah, I'm missing 2 cards and I really want them. I was like, oh. Yeah. Mom was like, why don't you go to eBay? I have to find them.
That's why they're called a chase card. Because they're the cards that you're chasing after. I have an ungodly amount of Silver Tempest cards. All because I've been looking for the stupid Fire Chicken Man. Also known as Blaziken.
I must have calling you my chase card.
You got me already. There's 4 of them.
But it took me a while.
No, it's been like 2 months. I've opened too many packs to count. looking for one of the 2 cards, and I've gotten a ridiculous amount of duplicates of cards that are worth 5 times as much as one of those 2 cards, or both together. But do I care? No. Am I going to order it off of eBay? No. Does my boyfriend keep offering to buy it for me? Yes. Do I tell him that he can? No. Because I told him I need to find it for myself.
Alrighty.
That's the chase card.
Yes. And now I am into Pokemon cards. And this is why I never got into them. Because I knew I would get like that.
But I remember you were into Pokemon
The
Go
games.
for a while.
Well, the games, yeah.
Yeah.
But the cards is a whole different beast, as you can see.
Well,
Clearly.
okay, let's start just like Pokemon. All right, she bought a Nintendo DS because it came with a Pokemon game, and then she's like, "What do I do with this damn Nintendo?" Hey, you want a Nintendo? I got a Nintendo. You want it?
The Switch, yeah. Because, so, at the base that I was at,
For the game.
There's this one app that people would use to, like, either talk crap or to sell stuff, and there was this one guy selling a Switch that came with a Pokemon game, and I bought it, I kept the game, and I mailed the Switch to my dad, because I already have my Switch, but I wanted the game. It's a fun game.
It was supposed to be for the sisters, but somebody got in trouble that week, so I was like, I'm going to keep it.
And that's fine.
And, yeah, I played my NBA game in there.
It was a steal.
Right.
Literally.
Because the game itself is worth like $50-$60
All right, so
plus the Switch.
it's on record now, and it's been recorded, and it's out there for everyone. We keep on hearing about damn boyfriend. I want to know about the boyfriend now.
What about him?
I want to know, how did you guys meet?
Okay.
I want to know,
So that's a very
how did
interesting
you guys
story.
end up together? You can omit and change some stuff in there. You can leave
No.
all stuff out.
No,
Recommend.
he doesn't want to hear every detail.
No, there's going to be some contextual clues.
But, and then, because now we're talking about moving in together and 2 bedrooms and stuff like that. And, I mean, things that doesn't want to hear, but I know it's life and we're all grown ups, and I mean, everybody does it. So, yeah, I guess.
Why are you looking at me? Look at her.
I don't want to look at her.
Doesn't want to
because-
look at me.
Okay,
if I look at her,
so-
she might just be like, "Oh, my dad's gonna kill me. He looks like he's about to kill me."
No,
Oh.
I mean, it's nothing bad. So, we met in high school. I was a sophomore. He was a freshman. I found out about him because we have the exact same birthday, except I'm a year older. So my sophomore year, I met like 6 other people that have the exact same birthday.
You're a great rover.
Oh my God.
It's a year.
That's exactly a year. So I knew of
It's a
him
joke.
since my sophomore year. And then my senior, his junior year, we were on the swim team together. And I tried getting at him, but he was being a punk, and he fully admits it now. And then we were supposed to go to prom together. But for unforeseen circumstances, he wasn't able to go with me. And then we lost contact. And then in 2020, randomly, he had already joined the Navy the year prior, so in 2019. And he hit me up. He was in town for training, and we had a little thing going on in 2020. Lost contact again. I was with my ex. My ex was kind of crazy. Went on my Instagram, blocked a bunch of people. When I left him, I reactivated that Instagram. For some reason, went through my blocked list, saw all the people that he had blocked. My now boyfriend is one of them. Unblocked him, followed him. He tried calling me that night, like through Instagram. I was already asleep by that point. The next day I texted him, and then he's like, "Hey, are you still in Virginia?" Because I was in Virginia for training at one point. And I was like, "No, I'm in DC." And then he's like, "Hey, you want to hang out this weekend?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." And then a month later, we're dating, and then here we are almost a year later. And now we're, like, actually together.
So you know each other since high school.
Mm-hmm.
A little back and forth thing, huh? You know, those relationships never work out.
Shut
you know?
up.
Like what? Like y'all?
And there's always, you know, the stuff that happened in between gets thrown up in arguments and fights and stuff. So it's not a good idea, you know. You shouldn't look back, you know, you're not going back that way, you know.
I mean, we were never official, so technically.
I said it doesn't matter. No,
Says that guy who's always says it was never official.
It's a joke. It's a joke. I actually met him not that long ago. The last time you were in town, and he's a nice kid. I liked him. He was nice, and the fact that he's a rock climber, that's bonus points for me.
You just didn't like that he's a Chiefs fan.
Well, it's kind of.
I just don't like his first name either.
Well,
but I love his middle name. And then
it's a win in my book.
But his first name is because it's a family name.
But he already said he is more than willing to like toss that name. He's like, when I told him that was your condition for him to marry me was that the name died with him. He's like, done.
No juniors.
He's like, that's it. No, it would be the third because he's a junior.
Oh yeah, he's a junior.
Wow, that was easy. Thanks, bud.
Well, because you're giving your blessing.
No, but he is such a sweetheart.
He's not having to provide cows and goats and all this stuff.
He would do it too if you asked him.
Oh no, we're not done. Negotiations still pending.
No, but I love him. He's such a sweetheart. I don't know how he deals with me half the time. Like, it's nice to finally like not have to hold back how weird I am. Like, he encourages it. Like, the Pokemon card thing, he's been buying packs too, trying to help me look for them.
You're barely in the first year. Give it another one.
No, and I understand that. But also, like, hell, even just in the first month that we were dating, like, we've been through it.
No, but it's cool because you guys known each other for a long time.
Yeah.
So that's kind of nice.
Completely different.
And then already seeing, like, a lot of the effort he's put into it, a lot of the effort that I put into it, because he would drive up to me every weekend. 3, sometimes 4 hours.
Yeah, from Virginia.
All the way up to DC with that traffic in his freaking truck. Like,
at least the gas prices were better.
A little bit, but still, goddamn, to fill up that thing. I didn't even want to look at the gas thing. I was like, I felt bad for this.
Oh, he does a truck. That's good.
2015 GMC Sierra.
I'll allow it.
I only know that for insurance purposes because he's on my AAA. Which, oh my god, we actually had to use because he locked his keys in his truck. He doesn't have a remote. It doesn't sense that it's in there. And he locked his keys in his truck. Called me one morning at like 7 o'clock for me, where at that time I wasn't waking up until 11. And within like not even 30 minutes from the time he called me to when I put in the claim to AAA to him getting his keys out of his car, it was like 30 minutes. I was like, damn, they're fast.
They can be. Depends on how far they have to go.
So then you're heading up north. I'm just jumping around here. And, well, we know a little bit about you guys now. So you're going up north, and you're going to be stationed there for 4 years. And then do you think it's possible that you might, become a lifer since you're already given all these years from the military?
Honestly,
so far?
Yeah, because I was on one of our websites the other day, and I was looking my end of service date. And it was November of 2027. And I'm like, I'll be 27. That's already 7 years in. What's another 13? But I'm open to anything. So for a lot of the people that I've come across, especially in these past few months, it's set yourself up for either or. Set yourself up for making chief. Set yourself up for going officer. Set yourself up for getting out and going civilian. Getting a career in the civilian world. So I'm setting myself up for either of the three, but I'm hoping to go officer. So eventually going back to college, getting a degree, going through one of the officer routes, and then going commissioned from there.
So on that note, so what drives you?
A lot of it is just like, I really enjoy it. I enjoy the camaraderie. I enjoy my community. I enjoy all the kinds of people that I've met, good and bad, just in these last 3 years. I enjoy, like, the independence, how I was saying earlier. Like, I don't have to worry about where my next meal or paycheck is coming from. It just really works for me.
Do you think it'll stress you out if you get out? Yeah. Where you now have to think about it?
Honestly, right now, yeah. Because I think about it all the time. It's like, okay, say something happens to me medically. What am I going to do when I get out? I mean, one of the little things in the back burner is dental assistant.
Okay.
I have an interest in that, but I would like to stay in for as long as I can right now. Yeah. And then that's just talking now as a childless person.
Yes. they change it.
One day when I do have a kid, I know that's going to change. So that's why I'm also saying, like, setting myself up for any of the three, even though I see people do it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Mothers and fathers with children still doing 20 plus years.
Yeah.
But I see myself becoming a lifer. I just really enjoy it.
Well, that's good. Well, anything else you want to share before we sign off? Anything you want to say to anybody out there except him?
She can say hi.
I'm being silly. No, well, I just want to say, like, thanks for being the first guest. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for filling us in on what's going on in your life, what you're doing, how you think about certain things. There's a lot of questions I had in my mind before. I guess we can do this again. Yeah, we can do more on those.
Well, I plan to come over again before I have to go up to Washington. So
okay.
Next time I come up, we can just preemptively record.
Yeah.
There's
some questions that, it's just certain things,
just
like some.
So we don't forget.
No, I just right now we're just getting to know you, where it's kind of like touching a little bit of what's going on with you. But I kind of wanted to follow up. I forgot all about it, like some of the episodes, something that you might have to say, like being a step sibling, or being a stepchild, the relationships that you had with us, that had with your mom. How it was between two houses, the gaps, the school, my point of view on, how you've grown up, the phases that we went through, right? Some of the fights, some of the arguments, some of the heartbreaks. So there's a lot of things that we can touch up at another time. I think this was pretty good, though.
Yeah, because it's just introducing kind of who you are and what your path is.
I can blanket that real quick if you want.
No, it's
there's so much more to it. Yeah.
Well, and this is kind of nice because, in a sense, your dad touches on motivation and staying motivated, and so this kind of your journey from that high school kid who never thought that she would be doing what she's doing now.
A lot of it is more just like, so I'm naturally an impulsive person, but I've used that to my advantage. Mm-hmm. So rather than be impulsive and do bad things, when I get nervous about like doing things that I know will benefit me, but I'm overthinking, it's just more just like, fuck it. Mm-hmm. What's the worst that can happen? Mm-hmm. I succeed at something, I fail at something, I can try something else, or I can try again. And that's a great
attitude to have. And a lot of people don't have that attitude, right?
Because at the end of the day, it's like, I say it a lot jokingly, but I also kind of have like some truth to it. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. So I'm trying to make the best of my life that I have, that I can.
Okay.
So I'd rather take the leap, fail at it, or not get it versus keep wondering, what if I had done it?
Perfect. Because we've talked about that too.
Yeah, that's how we go about it too. Yeah, so that's good.
I'd rather do it than wonder about it.
Yeah, that's a good way.
And real quick, this time is not the great day, and this time it is the baby that you hear in the background, kind of snoring. I don't know if she's coming through.
I can hear her.
Walked in and joined in halfway through the conversation.
She just laid down on me.
Yeah, laid down.
Her
with
mouth
Mom.
is open.
Little baby.
So she's.
She fell asleep.
She fell asleep in Mama's arms. She's been wanting to be around her big sisters too. So
best advice I have for the younger ones, it's like, what's the worst that could happen? Even if that's like scary to think about, it's like, at least you did it.
At least you tried.
Yeah. And that's always been my biggest thing. I tried.
Good.
With full effort, I tried.
Awesome. As a parent, that's always great to hear.
And my
come to that realization.
My 100 from one day to the next may not be the same, but it's my 100 nonetheless.
Awesome.
I've also realized that.
We're very proud of you.
I try. There's a lot of parents to make proud, so I try. And a lot of siblings that look up to me, so they're also.
I think that's
a
the
big
main
source
one.
of
The people that look up to you, parents. I mean, I feel it's good that parents feel proud and happy, but there might be
because I like to make you guys proud because I'm the blueprint. I'm the oldest. Like, I know I get a lot of slack for being the oldest because I was kind of like your guys' trial run. Not just you, but like my mom too. Mm-hmm. So I still want to make you guys proud though. And then same for all the little ones. Like, I hear it all the time, how much they miss me, how much they talk about me, how much they want to be like me. So of course, that pushes me a little harder to like do better. That was on my mind. A little heart.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us and doing this. Was it as hard as you thought it was going to be? Because
My voice gets a little shaky when I talk too much.
No,
I run out of breath.
You've been doing good. You took off with it. Got a natural going on. My dear, anything?
Nope, that's good.
We're good.
I'm good. I just wanted to say I am proud of you, and that I'm happy to hear that whatever we've tried to teach you here and at your mom's, right? It has gotten you to a point in your life, your young life, because you're still really young, that you understand something that is important.
It may have gotten lost in translation a bit along the way, but I got the message eventually.
Somewhere in there in your subconscious, it was festered there for a while.
No, every time you guys say that on here, like I realize, like, yeah, it took me a little while, and I mean, I would say I apologize for it, but in reality, it's more just like I wasn't old enough to really understand a lot of it. And that's understandable. But I see your guys' intention. And
again, you're understanding something that many adults our age don't understand. You know, so that's a proud thing for us, is that at your young age, you're adulting in the right direction.
Yes.
And hopefully you keep on that path. Knock on wood. And if you have a partner in your life that supports you and has the same goals as you, it makes it that much easier.
It really does. Because then we end up supporting each other. We kind of include each other in like our drive to do better.
Yep.
Like it's not just for family and ourselves. Now we got to think about another part of our future too.
Yeah. Perfect.
No. Right. Sounds good to me.
All right. Well, have a great week.
Yeah. Be safe. See you next
us.
time. Peace.